Hello, everyone. I am Teacher Brina, and today we will go over how to fill out a job application. So first, we will read the job application, and second, we will practice filling out the job application together. Let's get started. So here we have our job application. A job application has 4 sections. A job application has at least 4 different sections. Section number 1, applicant information. Applicant information. The applicant is the person filling out the application. So in this case, me. I am the applicant. Applicant information. The next section is education. Education. In this section, you put what schools and programs you have completed. What school and programs you have completed. For example, high school, college or university, and other, which could be a GED program or trade schools. The next section is employment history. Employment history. Employment means work. Work. So you have employment history or work history. The last section is references. References. A reference is someone that explains what your responsibilities were at an old job. A reference is someone that explains your responsibilities at your old job. A reference could be an old supervisor. A reference could also be a coworker. A reference could be a manager. A reference could also be a mentor. So a reference is anyone that can explain your responsibilities or things that you did well at an old job. Lastly, you will give your signature and the date. So today, we will be filling out a job application for Sarah Elizabeth Jones. Sarah Elizabeth Jones. So first, it is asking for our last name. So if we are completing an application for Sarah Elizabeth Jones, for the last name, we add Jones. The first name, we add Sarah. What about MI? What does MI stand for? Middle initial. Middle initial. So if the applicant's name is Sarah Elizabeth Jones, what is our middle initial? E. Next, it is asking for today's date. For today's date, we put 6 for June, 1 for the 1st, and 2020 for the year. So we have June, which is the 6th month, 1, because it is the first day of the month, and the year, 2020 or 2020. Next, it asks for our street address. Our street address. So Sarah Elizabeth Joan lives at 4455 John Dover Lane. It is important on a job application to spell every word. Sometimes people might abbreviate lane like LN, period. This is an abbreviation. On a job application, it is important not to use abbreviations. So we put 455 John Dover Lane, L-A-N-E. Our city is Louisville, and our state, Kentucky. Sarah's zip code is 40220. 40220. Next, an application will ask for a phone number and email. Phone number and email. It is important to put the correct phone number and email so that a company can call to schedule an interview or to ask some questions. It is important, again, correct phone number and email so that a company can call with questions or to schedule an interview. So our phone number we will enter is 321-123-4576. We made sure to put parentheses around the area code and a dash between the numbers. 321-123-4576. And our email is sjones@email.com. sjones@email.com. Next, it asks date available. Date available. Anytime you see date available, it means what day can you start your job? What day can you start your job? So if today is Monday, maybe we will say that we can start our job on Wednesday. If today is Monday, June 1st, 2020, what is the date for Wednesday? The date for Wednesday. The 3rd. So it will be June 3rd, 2020. Next, it asks for Social Security number. Social Security number. When we are adding our Social Security number, it is important to add it in the correct format. For example, 555-684762 is our Social Security number for Sarah. You add 555, 3 numbers, dash, 68, 2 numbers, dash, 4762, your last 4 digits. So 3 numbers, dash, 2 numbers, dash, last 4 digits. Next, we have desired salary. Desired salary is the amount of money you want to be paid, the amount of money you want from your employer. If you are not sure about the amount of money you want from your employer, you put NA. This means no answer. You're not sure the amount of money you want. If you know, you can put something like $12 per hour or $17 per hour. Again, this is how much money you want from your employer. Next, we have position applied for. Position applied for. Position means job title. What job title are you applying for? Sarah is applying for customer service representative supervisor. Customer service representative supervisor. A supervisor is somebody that watches over other employees. They watch other employees. They help other employees with tasks. They give employees information. So a supervisor is someone that leads, helps, and supports other coworkers. A supervisor could also be called a boss. A boss. So Sarah wants to be a customer service representative supervisor. She wants to help other customer service representatives with their jobs. Next, the application asks, are you legally eligible to work in the US? Are you eligible or able to work in the US? And here you would put yes. Next, it asks, have you ever worked for this company? Worked. Past tense. So, in the past, have you ever worked for this company? For example, Sarah Elizabeth Jones is applying to be an Amazon customer service representative supervisor. Has Sarah worked for Amazon before? You will answer yes or no. For Sarah, we will say no. Next, it asks, have you ever been convicted of a felony? Convicted of a felony. A felony is a serious crime. So, have you committed a serious crime? You will put yes or no. Sarah has not committed a serious crime. No. So here we have finished our applicant information. Our next section is education. Sarah finished high school. Sarah finished high school. She did not go to college and she did not do her GED or trade program. So first, we will enter Sarah's high school. The name of Sarah's high school was Central High School. And we see we have a capital C, capital H, capital S. This is lowercase, a lowercase s. For a name, we need capital. Next, she will put the address of Central High School. We will put 1130 West Chestnut Street. Louisville is our city. Kentucky is our state. And the zip code for Central High School is 40202. Next, we see from and to. From meaning start. From meaning start. When did you start high school? 2014. So from 2014 to, I'm sorry, this is high school. High school. So we will say 2006. 2006. High school, which is similar to secondary school. And then we will put to 2009. Sarah finished high school or secondary school in 2009. Did she graduate? Yes. Did she get her degree? Yes. And sometimes you can give information about the degree. So maybe if you studied, for example, law, you could put law or a subject. But for high school, we will say Central High School, the name, the address, 1130 West Chestnut Street, Louisville, Kentucky, 40202. From or starting 2006 to or ending 2009. Did she graduate? Yes. Degree? Yes. Our next section of the application is employment history or work history. Before, Sarah worked for the company Spectrum. Spectrum. Sarah started working at Spectrum in 2014. Sarah ended her job with Spectrum this year in 2020. The address of Spectrum Call Center is 456 South 4th Street, Louisville, Kentucky. And we will say that the zip code is also 40202. All right. And next it asks for phone number. We will put the phone number of Spectrum in Louisville. So the Spectrum phone number, open parenthesis, 502, close parenthesis, 563 1353. The supervisor at Spectrum was Leslie Golden. The person that helped you, supported you, gave you information and directions was Leslie Golden. Leslie Golden was Sarah's supervisor at Spectrum. Next it says responsibilities. So what did Leslie do at Spectrum? We'll say Leslie answered questions and solved customer problems. So we will say answered questions and solved company problems. Even here, we can make this smaller so it fits. We can see it. Okay. Next, it says, may we contact? May we call or send an email to Leslie Golden, Sarah's supervisor? And we say, yes. They may call your old job to say, hey, did Sarah work for Spectrum? Did she do well? And the employer or the company will say, yes, Sarah did work for Spectrum, to make sure the information is true and correct. So you would continue, so maybe Sarah worked for Spectrum, maybe Sarah worked for other companies, and she would fill other companies that she has worked for in the past. Our last section is references. References. References are people that are called to tell your new job or employer about your responsibilities. So a reference will say, Sarah did this, this, and this. These were her responsibilities at her old job. They will also say other qualities about Sarah. Is Sarah hardworking? Does Sarah come to work on time? Is Sarah respectful? References are the people that tell about the applicant. They talk about their responsibilities at an old job. So maybe Sarah will say her supervisor's name. So we will say Leslie Golden. Relationship supervisor. Company Spectrum. Phone number 502-563. Remember, this is the phone number of Spectrum, but we will put the extension for Leslie, extension 182. And we know the address is 456 South 4th Street. So it asks for the full name of the reference, Leslie Golden, the relationship, supervisor, the company of Leslie Golden, Spectrum, phone number, extension, so that we can call Leslie. Remember, for a reference, you want to have someone that knows you well. A reference is someone that knows you well and can talk about you being responsible. So again, a supervisor, a boss, a mentor, a coworker. These are good references. And you will usually give 3 references. So we have 1, you would give 2, 3. So the last thing we will do is acknowledge or read any other information from the employer and to make sure that all of our information is correct. Everything is inputted correctly, our dates, our capital letters, our phone numbers, our social security number, salary, questions, high school, start date, end date, graduation, degree, work history or employment history, company, address, start date, end date, phone number, supervisor, responsibilities. Then we also have references who can also tell more about our responsibility at work. And the last thing we would do is sign. And so here we know that we are signing as Sarah Jones. And we will add our signature. And again, today's date, 06/01/2020. So now you have seen and practiced how to fill out a job application. A job application. Stay tuned for a list of vocabulary words and a link to some evaluation questions. Thank you. Bye.